Hey, taste buds. We're here to recap Beverly Hills, another episode, episode 5, Not Feeling the Healing. What did you think? We always like to do our ratings at the top.
I was bored. Like not
Same.
in a like I hate it when people use boring as an adjective to describe these shows and like the ultimate insult is you're boring. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, they're just not being too much or
Yeah.
over the top. This just I didn't feel I feel like we moved the needle a couple times, but then we stayed on that needle so long, like the Avi thing. Like if we're not going to talk about it, like
Yeah.
but we did get to see a spiral. I give it a three,
It
3.5 if I'm being generous, but I'm going to say three.
honestly, without the obvious stuff, which wasn't even anything crazy, it felt like a filler episode. I'm finally seeing what everyone is saying about Beverly
Me
Hills.
too. Okay, Yamani, have you noticed this pattern in us? Maybe because we really, really do give it our all. Like we want to love
Yeah.
these shows. Like this is literally like we want to love. We liked Vanderpump Rules. We gave it a chance longer, and I think we were into it longer than most. And I think the same thing here. And speaking of new VPR, and I think the same thing here with Beverly Hills. I think you and I have been really good about really not even trying. It didn't feel like trying. Today felt like trying.
Yeah, no, it was just I felt myself picking up my phone a lot, which, I do because I'm threading it and things like that, which is live tweeting if you're not on Threads. And I just was like, nothing's really happening, but I guess we do have some stuff to talk about. But you guys let us
Yes.
know what you rate the episode in the comments below. They need a shake up. But let's just talk about what we do have. So,
Yes.
do you want to talk about anything specific or like some random funny moments? Like, where do you want to start?
Let's start with the word vortex.
Take a shot.
Okay, literally
And I will. That should have been the Watch What Happens Live word counter was vortex because
a
how many times did we say it?
okay, so isn't it interesting to find out things that you know that other people don't know?
In what
And
way?
sometimes like I get it like I sometimes people say things that are just so obvious and I'm like, yeah, I had no idea. So I've definitely been on both ends, but I'm like, how do you not know what the word vortex is?
I definitely know what it is, but I didn't know what it meant in context to Sedona.
Right. They were all just acting like they all acted like it was a brand new word that was invented and they were
Yeah.
all letting it roll off their tongue for the first time. And I'm like, even if you didn't know the Sedona vortex, which I totally get, I live in the Southwest. It's not wild for me to have that context, that knowledge. But like a vortex, it's a vortex. It's like a hole. It's like Bermuda Triangle-esque
I'm
disappears.
dead.
Love
So
it. I love finding out things like maybe that's not common knowledge. It's knowledge to me. It might not be common. And people say things all the time, like in their fields, in their worlds, and I'm like, yeah, what? Like, I have no idea. So, zero judgment, just saying.
another random thing that was so funny to me, and it called back to an episode. I don't know if it was last season or the season prior, but Rachel Zoe was complaining that Kathy was up all night and she could hear her. And I was like, that's insane to me. And it reminded me when Kathy and Kyle shared a room and she was up, like, I think she was like opening a bag of chips, reading the newspaper, and Kyle was trying so hard to go to sleep. And then she opens a freaking Red Bull
In the
and
middle
it's
of the
like in
night,
the middle of the night. And it's like, what are you doing?
peak Kathy.
So this seems to be just a Kathyism. Just
What there's a lot of creative people like that and creative, quirky, march to the beat of their own drum type people that just don't sleep, that don't have or sleep little or have random sleeping habits. Like I'm telling you, I'm in bed for 9:30, hope to have like a dark, deep REM sleep by 11 p.m. at the latest.
yeah.
She's just up drinking Red Bulls at 2 a.m.
Crazy. And so that reminded me of that. I was like, oh dear, that would bother me. I mean, granted, I'm somebody who can go to sleep like that, but still, like when you're trying to rest, Kathy, go
Yeah,
to
I can't.
bed. Go to
I can't.
sleep, as
Go to
Bethany would
sleep.
say.
I was just saying, like, I can't, but I feel like this, especially for Beverly Hills, I feel like I can't with just a lot of things they did on this episode. Like
Yeah.
the Sutton Brown vacation of it all. Like, who are you? Hold on. So we went from arriving on a private jet with champagne, crudité, hors d'oeuvres, and then we're making our own dinner.
Yeah.
What? How quickly we fall. What was she
I
thinking?
no,
Honestly,
she wasn't.
I don't mind that it actually drove storyline in this episode and you got to see some personalities in those tough times. Would I rather that than sitting around the table and just talking again like it's at
True. At
nauseum?
least it was an activity.
Exactly. It was something, but it just didn't make sense.
I none of the trip made sense. And I actually made a parallel and I want to ask you and I want to ask the listeners or watchers. Would you rather go on a cash trip with the Potomac girls in a cabin in the woods with no running water, an hour away from the host, or go to Sedona, have to make your own food at 11 p.m. and have a restaurant at the airport for dinner the next day?
As somebody who hides from the sun, like I'm playing Mario 3 and the sun is chasing me, I'm going in the woods. I love a hike. I would love that outdoors hike if it wasn't sunny AF. Did you see that sky? The sun was right on top. There was not a cloud in sight. There's skin. There's not enough sunscreen in the world for that.
Yeah,
But
I
in the
was
woods,
like,
like it's freaky, but at least it's like cold and dark.
the trip that I thought they were going to take when they took a private jet to Sedona was not the trip we got. The Wish version.
Okay, so my sister used to work in high-end hotels, and I don't remember if it was Sedona or one of those other like Arizona towns, but I went to the Four Seasons for several days, and there's horseback riding,
See, that's what
there's
I
a
thought they were going to do.
spa. Yeah,
Yeah.
we were in different types of baths and saunas and massages and every kind of treatment, fancy restaurants. Like you don't have to leave the resort. I
Yeah.
thought that's what we were getting. That
I
was not what we got. We got
that
the Wish.com version.
Yeah, that would have made sense to me if we're doing like a healing trip, so to speak. Why are we not in a spa resort of some sort? That's what to me Arizona is known for. Sound
Exactly.
baths, relaxation, rejuvenation.
Oh, sounds
So,
good. I'll have one of those, sir.
exactly. So, missed opportunity on Miss Brown's part. I don't want to cook on vacation. Like I think it is fun when people go to a cooking class. Like I receive the funness of like cooking with your girlfriends, drinking wine,
The
being silly.
novelty.
I
Right.
receive that and like certainly there's time and place for that, but not when you're going to a relaxation, healing, meditation retreat. That's unless that's not that wasn't the mission of the trip. But
If
I thought it
anything,
was.
right. If anything we got from that was the scene of Jennifer Tilly in the grocery store pushing. Was it Erica? Was it? I couldn't tell.
One of
It was a
them.
blonde. It was Erica or I doubt Sutton would be that fun.
I doubt it. I
But
doubt it.
I loved that little clip. It was just like Jennifer Tilly. Gosh, you know what?
Speaking of Jennifer Tilly,
What a woman.
what a
The way
woman.
I love Jennifer Tilly in my soul. I love that.
I feel
I
like
love
this
that
was
the
her episode in a way.
I love that the world is seeing the Jennifer Tilly that I've been following for decades.
Yeah.
She's so relevant to so many
I
people.
feel like this was the episode for Jennifer Tilly where we learned more of her personality because if you want to talk about being a mouthpiece, re Garcelle, I would argue Jennifer was for Sutton. That's like I wish she would have come more on her own. I received she was Sutton's friend, and so therefore she was gonna be under Sutton. But I want to see more of Jennifer sans Sutton. And I feel like this episode, I got to see more of Jennifer as Jennifer Tilly and not Jennifer of Jennifer and Sutton. And I
Right.
appreciate that. And something that I also appreciate as a person who doesn't necessarily love physical activity, when she was going up that hill, that was real. I was like, yes, I am heavy breathing. I am unwell.
Wow, and those
100%.
boots are heavy. So the fact that she's already, I mean, I go like climbing. I live in the
Yeah.
mountains. I'm not unfamiliar with that. The fact that first of all, you have to be in shape to do that.
Count
I'm
me
not in,
out.
yeah, no, as somebody who does it, you have to kind of work to do that stuff. I'm not there. She was doing it in boots, like huge boots. No, in that they said it was 102. No, no,
You
never.
know the way I would do it? and this is going to be a plug for our traders episode that's coming soon. I would do it if Rob threw me over his shoulder and ran me up the mountain hill thing.
Wow, like a bag of potatoes. He had a spear in one hand, a literal spear over his shoulder, and then just popped Maura Higgins up and ran like an Olympian.
Yeah, stay tuned for our
How
traders recap, but that's a little drop for that. But
hot,
oh, let's move
hot,
on because I'm
hot.
unwell.
Where's my fan? Like literally,
I
where's my
know.
Kathy Hilton box fan?
Literally, where's my where? Okay, let's move on. Let's get off the overalls and let's move on. Let's move on. So, since we're already talking about Jennifer and Sutton, I feel like that was one of the biggest points of contention in the episode.
The highlight of the episode was this
Exactly.
conversation because we saw, first of all, I think we saw two important things. We really saw Sutton under it by somebody we know is deeply close to her.
Yeah, which was
But, oh,
shocking.
right, disappointing. But also, we saw how Jennifer Tilly deals with conflict. And that's something we can all, I mean, let's, she obviously is bothered, but is it really bothering her? Like she mentioned it. She's
I think
mentioned
it
it a couple
was.
times.
I think if I could, I'm projecting this on her, but I suspect that Jennifer is viewing Sutton now through the lens of what we all have said, and I wonder how she's going to do sans Garcelle. I think Jennifer is feeling not the cold shoulder by any means necessary. That's not what I'm saying, because her and Sutton have a genuine, like, years long friendship. But I am saying, like, I bet she was feeling ostracized a little bit, or like a little bit boxed out, because Sutton also said in the episode for the first time, which was interesting, Jennifer wasn't present when this was happening. She was off to the side with Kyle crying, or not, I don't know, whatever. Sutton was like, I finally felt a part of this group. And it's like, why is it always one or the other?
Did you notice also that with Sutton, it's easier to feel her as part of the group, especially now that they've got an outlier, and that
Right.
outlier is, I get Amanda. I feel like, what is that old adage? Like nothing connects people like a common
Yeah,
enemy.
the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
And I feel like this is being played out in
Yeah.
front of us. I feel like that common enemy has helped Sutton just feel like, well, I'm not her.
Exactly. And that's the thing is like, I almost wish Amanda wasn't on the season. Well, here's the thing, Sutton, you might be everyone's BFF this season because everybody hates Amanda. But be clear, if you're back next season, the pendulum's going to swing right back to you. So just because they're not on your neck now doesn't mean they're not going to. And I don't think I hate when it's an entire team up against one person. I think that's so tired and that's
Right.
so boring to me because stand in your own.
Right.
But it was very interesting to your point to see how Jennifer did handle the conflict with Sutton. So she just felt, I think Jennifer is sensitive in general because when you're already hypersensitive to something, you're going to project easier. So I'm not
Mhm.
saying Jennifer's feelings were not valid, but I think she probably was already starting to feel a tad displaced in this group because it's not just her, Sutton, Garcelle against everybody. Sutton went so badly to be in the women's good graces and to be one of in the inner circle. And I think Jennifer might be feeling that. And so she was just really snappy and short with Sutton. And I think Sutton was also really snappy and short with her. And that was hard to see.
Yeah, I think Jennifer, you deserve better.
Jennifer Tilly, you deserve better. And I hope that you stay on her neck.
Yeah, she
That's my
deserves,
hope.
yeah, she deserves better than that mountain. She
Yeah.
deserves better than that friendship.
So I think we should pivot from Jennifer and Sutton going to Amanda of it all because that also played into it.
Yes.
Amanda's annoying AF.
I can't stand her. And it's so funny. Again, I was into her like the
Me
first
too.
episode. I
I
was
did
like,
a
no,
whole
she's so fun.
article.
Yeah. No, she's insufferable.
I think she's insufferable because she's reading the situation so wrong. And that's so hard for me or anybody to watch secondhand cringe. Like, ugh, girl.
Right.
In my opinion, I think she's trying so hard to impress the women. It's reading try hard, it's reading
Hmm.
disingenuous, and it's also reading really annoying
Right.
because the other women aren't trying to show anything off to you.
Right. Well, that's the thing. It makes me really sad. Honestly, I feel sad for people who put so much value on things and make that their entire identity. And people say Jennifer Tilly's really big about, like, look at
Yeah.
my boat bag, I feel it's, I don't think I have to explain why it's
Right.
different between those two. I think Jennifer Tilly is fun and quirky, whereas Amanda's trying to prove something. I just have a struggle with people whose values are on those things when you have a family at home.
Yeah.
Like the fact that, and I don't want to be that person, like, because I also am like, God, all they talk about is blah, blah, blah. It's just like, I just feel there's not enough value, like balance in her life to where we're just getting this really vapid side of her
Yeah.
and we're not seeing anything more. And she's got like a whole ass family.
Exactly. And I also think it doesn't do her any favors that the women question her work anyway. So she's just not set for success, honestly.
I'm going to say something. I'm
Okay.
going to say
Speak
something.
your truth.
And I've been reflecting on this. We've gotten some slack on the fact that we haven't watched Mary Cosby's
Oh,
documentary.
trigger.
I
Warning.
know, but the thing
Everyone
is,
besides us.
right. But the thing is, like, what is our definition of cult? Because we could argue that Amanda Francis is kind of culty.
We could argue that. And maybe it's subjective to the person, but I think
She's
anytime.
taking their money. She's got these weird, like, fall.
But then to that, what's the difference between that and a subscription service? If
No,
we're
and that's,
regular,
you know
you know what
what?
I mean? So it's
A
like,
lot of different things will even call us like not cults, but like have like follower names. But it's like no, we're our own little group,
yeah.
and
I
but where's the line? That's the thing. Where's the line? Like, are we going to be mad at Mary Cosby, but not like the church, like a different church? I mean, they focus on
yeah.
Mormonism on that show, so we're not going to talk about the. So, like, where's the line? That's the point I'm making. Where's the line?
I think that when it comes to stuff of like ethics and morals, like you can't like is it literally wrong what Amanda's doing or what Mary's doing or anyone who is a cult leader in whatever industry and space? It's not technically wrong, but you could certainly argue it's morally wrong.
Right.
And I don't think we've talked about before if Amanda files taxes, her business is credible so long as
That's a
she's paying them.
business.
It's a
That's a
business.
business.
If people choose to give her their money because she's reading, the horoscope to them, that's her slash their prerogative. And not just,
Hmm.
so it's like, I don't have to agree with it. I don't have to like it. I don't have to see value in it. I don't have to think it's as great as Mauricio's agency or Tom Girardi being a attorney. It might not be that,
Right.
but
And that's
she's
okay. That's like, there's a different world. She's in a different generation. Like, she's doing a job that didn't exist when she was in high school.
exactly. I mean, you could argue the Housewives isn't a real job.
And then there's that. So that's the thing. Like, where are the lines with a lot of these things?
It just sucks. I feel bad for Amanda. I just want to jump through the screen and be like, Amanda, be yourself. And if this is yourself, reflect and figure out what makes you deeper.
Right.
Because,
Get therapy.
yeah, because the women are not moved by you wearing designers. These women have so much money. You're flying to Sedona on a private jet. You being swagged down in LV is not moving the needle for them. So let's
No.
try a different strategy because they have their own money. Like it's not if Amanda were to come into like my friend group flexing the way she does, yeah, like audience reach, we're gonna be like, wow, that's so cool. You have
Right.
you made it. You were a millionaire by the time you were 25. That's
Right.
cool. That's not our reality. But you're with women who are all rich. Okay, so now what? What now?
Like, what do you bring to the table? Because everybody brings wealth to the table. What do you bring? I'm just so annoyed by her. Like, but here's the thing, I'm annoyed by her the whole, like, I manifested my husband from an Abercrombie and Fitch. Like, the whole thing was just so obnoxious.
So that doesn't bother me that if that was like its own nugget, I'd have been like, oh, that's so crazy. Because I love a little, not conspiracy, but a little, look how the universe worked. I love
Right.
that. I do love that. But like, not every single second you speak.
But everything is always that one up.
A
Like, she
hundred
always,
percent.
like, she just can't be like, Well, good for you. Well, that sounded like a great day you had. You're like, oh, well, what I did was, she's that person.
This is what I also think Amanda falls victim to. And I think sometimes when people try to relate to people in conversations, it can read like, okay, well, let me explain why I'm having a really bad day. You might have had a really bad day too, so you get where I'm coming from. But sometimes I just want to vent to you and I don't want you to empathize, you know? So I think Amanda also falls victim to that. If I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm really down bad. Um, whatever. I don't even want to manifest anything for myself, but you get
Yeah,
my
don't
point.
even
Like,
go.
yeah,
Totally.
I was about to like say,
Totally.
and I'm like, you know what? Let me not even speak
Don't
that.
even put that in that.
No,
I
but
am a big
yeah,
believer in not putting that into the universe. I did, can we circle back to something from earlier? Avi.
yeah,
I do believe, okay, so Amanda brought
I
it
do.
up.
Yeah.
And do you believe, first of all, that it happened? Second of all, do you believe that Avi is like looking to talk trash? Like, what is your level of like,
What do I think?
I don't subscribe personally.
I do think that,
I think there's some layer of truth in there being some sort of connection, but
yeah,
I think that if Avi wanted to talk or could talk, there's probably an NDA in place. I don't think he legally could, but I'm sure, I can't say sure. I am so confident that the page sixes, the Us Weeklies, the
for
bigger
the taste of
potential,
realities.
right? Well, we're not paying people for those
Oh
things,
no, no, no,
unfortunately.
no,
My
no, no,
point
we're
is that
not.
like some one of those would have been like, here, let me get your interview because they do. I mean, you can do those things.
Yeah, I don't.
So
Yeah,
yeah, we would love for people to come to us for an exclusive. But if you're like, he could have, my point is, he could have gotten paid to tell his
a hundred
story
percent. Yeah.
and he hasn't. Therefore, I just think it's an NDA thing. And maybe he was shady low key. I don't think he's going around saying, no, put us together and I'll tell her everything. I believe that he might have been shady, like somewhere on the street.
So I actually have a an opinion about that.
Please.
So I'm suspect on why it was Amanda that brought this bone her first season, few episodes in. That's suspect to me. So I could wonder if production, if like maybe in Amanda's package or something or whatever, she said that to production and in production's like, okay, bring it up. Because if I'm a new season housewife, I would not do anything like Amanda's doing. You can't be a wallflower per se, but you can't come in like putting yourself out there that much. So like
Right.
I theorize that production must have told her bring up the Avi thing that you told us is what I think. So that's A.
Okay, that makes sense.
Do I think Avi is being shady towards Sutton? A million percent. I a million percent think he said put me in oh that Amanda girl, oh I heard she's going to be filming for Beverly Hills, put me in contact with her. I'm not going to be on this season for the first time since you guys met me. Let me tell you the truth in case Sutton is like trash talking me on the show. So I could see that world, and I also think Obvi a million percent would do that. Come on, he went to a premiere with Garcelle just days after that story broke that Sutton was on his they weren't working together anymore. I million percent think Avi did that. Now, why it was brought to the show, that I'm unclear on.
I don't mean to like check semantics. I don't know if we're on the same page as far as the connection of Garcelle and Avi at that premiere. It was her premiere. I think he was a guest. Like, I
Why
don't
was
think
he
they were,
invited?
you know what? You're right. You're right. Why
And
was
why
he
did they
invited?
take a picture together?
I
Come
mean,
on. Come on,
you know
Ashley.
what? You know what? You're right. You're right. You're right. Yeah.
I know you tend to be more of a Garcelle apologizer than me. I do
Right.
like Garcelle, but like, come on, that was a petty ass move. And as someone who's petty, I clocked that.
Right. I just feel that there's a lot like a really really good NDA in place.
Oh,
And
that I
I
agree.
definitely and that's why I wonder that's the only reason because I know I'm gullible, trust me. That's the only reason that I would like wonder if he was really messing around with that information just because not only do I think that there's an NDA in place, I believe Sutton to be the type of person that would pick on somebody like Avi.
I think something happened. I think Obvi knows where all the bodies are buried. Obvi knows that woman in and out. He probably could do an expose. He could probably go the Nene Leaks route in terms of what he is saying of his experience working with Sutton, if you catch my drift.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I you know what? I just don't care for Sutton. If I'm going to be radically honest, so like I believe everything. I think Avi does have a ironclad strict NDA in place. I think that's also why Sutton's not speaking to anything, because the second she utters even anything remotely unpositive about Obvi, he's probably going to do the same. And she knows it.
Uh-huh.
She knows it.
Right.
So,
So his name is AVI or ABI. And the reason I don't remember is because I had a student that was the other
AB as
one.
in Victor I.
Okay. Because I had a student with the other one, and I keep on saying his name wrong. So let me just say I apologize for saying Avi's name wrong because,
I didn't catch
yeah.
it if you did.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, audience, let
Okay.
us know what you think. Do you think that Avi said this to Amanda, or was said to Amanda? Let us know. I believe Amanda 100% in this context, because why would she bring up Avi?
Right. I feel like there's a layer of truth there. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like she's like, and I feel like she's making it a big thing, which it didn't need to be, but I definitely
Well,
am
it fell
listening to
flat.
you. Well, yeah. And I feel, again, it fell flat. Why? Because production told her to do it. I'm totally on, like, what you said makes 100%
Because it was
sense.
it
Yeah.
was random when she did it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's like they weren't even
Exactly.
on the topic of Avi. So it's just like, why now? It just felt so out of place. And
Right.
so, what did you think about, speaking of that Sutton and Amanda too? She was so hell bent on the chicken. Sutton needs to get down here and make the chicken.
Sutton's the one who planned this mess, and you're gonna make them make chicken on
By the way,
vacation?
at 11
Sutton.
p.m., get out of here. I would have been like, I'm not eating. I'm not going to help you guys, so therefore I'm not going to eat. So you guys got it.
I would
Like,
never trust poultry prepared by those women. I'm sorry.
I
I would
would.
never. I would never eat anything off of that surface again in fear that I would get salmonella. I'm
Yeah, but
sorry.
I'm just like, that's weird. And I was cracking up though when like it was just one group of the women in the kitchen like getting things started, and then Dorit waltzes in and they were like, "Where were you?" And she's like, "On my veranda." 100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
And Rachel Zoe's in her gown. She's like,
Yeah.
why am I in the kitchen? And I'm like, why are you in the
Why are
kitchen?
any of them in the kitchen? Get out of the kitchen.
Nobody deserves to be in the kitchen. Okay. Something else. I'm sorry. I have to go back to Amanda being annoying. Her coffee order made me want to like literally jump off my roof. Maybe not literally.
But yeah, but everything is a production. That's the issue.
Everything with her. Okay. And I said this. I don't remember if I put this out on Threads, but can people not do things on the phone like for everybody to hear in 2026 and moving forward? I know we've got bigger things to worry about, but Amanda just taking that call,
I think
how
that was
rude.
so rude to me, because you're taking a business call, A, stop.
On
But on
vacation.
vacation, but two, you are monopolizing and dictating that entire car's experience, because it's not like Dorit and was Dorit in the car? Or who? It was Erica for sure, but I can't remember who else was in the car with Amanda.
I don't remember.
Okay, well, for like nobody could talk because
Right.
Amanda was sitting in the middle. Erica
Right.
was on one side, somebody was on this side, and it's like they could like be like, "Hey," so like da 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 around her, like she's
Right.
on the phone, she's
Duh.
monopolizing the
It's
whole
so
car
rude.
experience, and it's just like Amanda. But again, this is me. Erica said the same thing. She was like, "You're not cool because you're taking a business call. We all have business. We're on vacation." That's my point. I genuinely think Amanda's trying to flex in front of them to like show her worth or like give value to herself because she's insecure about it within this group. It's just
Right.
landing so wrong. She needs to
So
stop.
wrong.
She
Ugh.
needs to stop.
Okay. Yes, it's enough. Enough. Taylor Armstrong, enough.
Literally.
Let's talk about Kyle, Mauricio, and PK because this is an interest. When the separation happened between Mauricio and Kyle, and then Dorit and PK, this isn't how I saw this happening as far as like couple communication.
Yeah.
It just feels so bizarre.
I don't understand it either. To your point, I feel bad for Dorit in this context. I received Kyle and Mauricio and PK all have a friendship together, and that's fair. But like Rachel Zoe said as well, she also picked this up. She was like, Kyle's just like not just being like, I'm so sorry, he sucks, and that's it.
Yeah.
Kyle
Oh,
won't do it.
she can't. Why can't she do it? Oh my God, Kyle drives me crazy in that
And she's
regard.
acting obtuse about it on purpose.
Oh, it makes me insane. Like literally, what do you and PK have so much? Like what is this it's so important in this funny little meme and joke
Right.
friendship to where you're gonna let your girl, who is a mother, not only just being a quote unquote girl's girl, which I'm sorry, Kyle is not. I know you love her, but I can't. But that's just be like how do you like a mother to a mother do that?
Well, so speaking of that, so last episode, Dorit and Kyle met up, and Kyle was like, "Do you want me to say something to Mauricio to kind of like tell PK to cool off?" And Dorit said, "Yeah, like I do want Mauricio to try to anything." She's like, "I'll take anything at
Right.
this point to try to help our situation." Mauricio tells Kyle, Kyle tells Erica that apparently Dorit is allegedly withholding the children. And it's a completely different story than what Dorit has been claiming. So, what do you make of that?
Just from being kind of behind the scenes, writing a lot about this situation over
Mm-hmm.
time, he's not there. He's not there. How can you, if he's not there, how is this not? I don't understand how this conversation is happening. He's acting like he's two doors down and available all the time. He's always abroad and traveling, and we see him out. Like, I'm sorry, I don't believe him.
I don't either. I don't believe him at all because last season, Dorit was saying he'll go weeks over to London or wherever he's going, his double life. And
Right,
I believe Dorit in this context. I
right.
100%, I'm
Because
on
of
Dorit's side.
science. Yeah, because of science, geography. How can you be over there and here at the same time? And it's not like it's a drive from Orange County to Beverly Hills. We're on different continents. I'm
Yep.
sorry, I don't believe PK.
I don't believe it at all. Could I see a world where Dorit being Dorit weaponizes the children? Yes. Could I see her like being petty with
Yes.
them? 1,000,000%. What I think probably happened is Dorit's like, you're not just gonna drop in and out when you feel like you want to be a dad one day. So either you be consistent or don't. So that's probably what I could see is whenever PK once a quarter wants to talk to his kids, I could see Dorit being like, no. Because
Right. Just
what
because it's convenient
no.
for you.
Yeah, that's confusing for no, I could see that.
And I
But
would that, honestly,
yeah,
because
that's
it's not good
confusing.
for her. First of all, not even the kids. That's not good for her mental health. Like she
Yeah,
shouldn't have to handle that.
agreed. So
And then put the
I
kids in that mix on top. Right.
Erica
I'm
was
very unimpressed. I'm very unimpressed with PK and ask me if I've ever been impressed. No, I haven't been.
PK's
Ever.
I've never moved. PK never made me move. I've always was like, I don't get this. I could see if he had billions of dollars in the bank, then I'd be like, okay, Dorit, I get it. I don't get it. I don't. And I'm
There's nothing about him that's interesting,
yeah.
fun, cool. Never got it. And right now he's proving to be even worse than I thought.
I
We
just
thought, I
feel
think it's fair to say.
so bad for Dorit right now because not only is she's going through this crazy divorce or what I don't is it officially divorce?
Dorit,
Yeah.
I
Or are they just
think
still separated? Did they
I think they're
file?
still I don't want to say and be
Yeah.
wrong.
Okay. Well, at the very least, they're estranged at the moment. And I feel for her like you're estranged from your partner and you don't have anybody helping you raise the kids. Familial. She
Right.
probably has hired help, but you don't, but that's not, you can't replace a parent in terms of hired help. Um, and she doesn't even have the support of her friends on the cast
Right.
to just
Yeah,
talk crap with, commiserate
exactly.
with.
Exactly. Love your use of the term.
Again, watch
Rob,
our
go to
traders
the
video
traders.
coming.
Amazing. But you know what? And I have to say, Rachel Zoe is doing her job because she clocked Kyle on it. She
Yeah.
was like, it's what you're saying, like what you're saying to Dorit is not what she needs. It's not productive for you guys. I just love Rachel Zoe. I think she's bringing so much. I I feel like since Jennifer Tilly, just kind of wrapping up everything at
Yeah.
this point, I feel like Jennifer Tilly did come in as a friend of Sutton. I
Yeah.
don't know why I just pronounced those T's so hard.
All good.
Sutton. Oh,
Sutton.
Sutton.
Yeah.
But yes, she's a friend of Sutton. But the fact that we saw the mask, not mask, I don't think she's hiding anything, but I just think that
We saw
we're at
her.
it, we saw more of her. And I love it. Like that was the highlight of this episode.
Agreed. This episode was for Jennifer, and I absolutely loved it because, to your point, it's not like Jennifer is vapid or like views. She doesn't flex her wealth or her money the way that Amanda does, which is also indicative. But I don't have a deep connection to Jennifer Tilly, but just from what I've seen of her on the show, she was just kind of like a zany caricature, just like a like a Betsy Johnson person to
Right.
like insert into the cast for funny moments. But like we're seeing like more of her and not just the caftans and the crazy stories and high-pitched voice. Like we're learning more now of Jennifer Tilly, and I love that. I want to know more about her. What makes her tick? I want to see more about, like, I'm happy for her not being Sutton's side piece. Like she's so much more than that, and I'm happy that we're
Amen.
seeing it.
Me too. Team Jennifer Tilly.
Team Jennifer Tilly.
I will never not stand. I'm sorry.
So do you have any other final thoughts about Beverly Hills?
I definitely am part of the, okay, well, we'll watch next week. I hope to love it. I always want
Yeah.
it to be great. But mind you, and this is something optimistic to end on, they keep on talking about the Sedona trip.
No, the I forget their cast trip. I
Oh,
forget where they went. I totally
oh,
forget
you
right
know what?
now.
It wasn't the Sedona trip. It was the other one.
They
Okay,
went
so at
abroad
least we have,
somewhere.
so we
Yeah.
do have that to look forward to.
Yeah.
Because I was about to say, hold on, if it's a Sedona trip, that's over. Wah,
Yeah,
wah.
Kyle teased because it seemed like during the season everybody was very copacetic and getting on well, and then at BravoCon we saw, oh, they're not liking Amanda, so that's some contention in the group. But Kyle remained teasing throughout the entire time that the cast trip is explosive and it's not as all everyone is getting along as you might think. So to
I'm
be
seated for that.
to be seen. So those are our final thoughts on the episode. Honestly, we were generous in talking this long because I really didn't have I was just
Yeah.
like, okay, another episode, I guess, in Sedona. But
I think the celebration of Jennifer Tilly was long overdue. So for
agreed.
that, I yes to Jennifer Tilly this
Yes, to
episode.
Jennifer Tilly. If you guys don't know, before we go, we have a entire section on our website, tasteofreality.com, where we have live discussions. And each night an episode airs, the live discussions go up, and our taste buds, the community, talks with each other in the groups chat below. So, or in that chat. So, if ever you want to talk in real time before we get to these episodes, join those. It's super easy to make an account. We don't do anything with the information. It's just a way for you to log in and comment and whatnot. So you can find that tasteofreality.com. Click live discussions. We have Southern Charm, we have Traders, we have Drag Race, we have Worst Cooks, etc., etc. And we will see you guys next week for episode 6 recap. Have an amazing rest of the week, and we love you.